Hi, my name's Rebecca Jones and I like to tie-dye. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana in the United States of America, so that's where I get all my stuff. So if you live somewhere else, your supplies and availability may vary. And of course, all my temperatures are going to be in Fahrenheit because I don't know Celsius, but I love tie-dye. As you can see, that's what I like to wear. So what kinds of stuff should you put dye on? Most people start off with 100% cotton t-shirts, but really as long as you have a plant fiber, cotton works well, linen, rayon, those work best with fiber reactive dyes. There are different types of dyes for different types of fiber content. So for wool, for example, you would use an acid dye. For polyester, there are dyes specifically for synthetics. So I always use MX fiber reactive dyes. I can link down below where I get those, but you can use RIT if you want, but that's more of a stain than it is a dye. It has a combination of different types of colorants in it that work on different types of materials, but it also fades over time. So it's up to you what you want to use. You can also get a kit at a craft store like Michael's or Joann's or something. I think Tulip makes some kits. I don't use those because I don't know how long they've been sitting on the shelf. Sometimes the chemicals are already mixed together, and if they're not perfectly dry, they might start reacting to each other before they actually get a chance to touch the fabric. So that's a little bit about what I use and why I use that. So you'll see the onesies that I do are 100% organic cotton. It came in a pack of 5 and I lost 4 of them, and yes, my finger is stained, so gross. Keep your gloves on. I had to take mine off a few times because I don't know how to work the touch screen on my phone while I'm wearing rubber gloves, so oops. But it'll still be fun, and I can scrape this off later with a pumice stone or maybe some sort of exfoliant, because the only way to get the color off of your skin is to take your skin off. Gross. As you can see, I'm putting some rubber bands on here and scrunching it up in places where the dye won't reach. So under the rubber band, dye doesn't get under there as well as it does outside of the rubber band. It doesn't really matter to me where I'm placing these since it's a onesie. Tying this up and putting lots and lots of rubber bands wherever I feel like it. And as you can see, the onesie is starting to squish up into a teeny tiny little ball. They're not that big to begin with, but it gets harder and harder as you go to tell where the rubber bands are. So some people design it ahead of time and place like washable ink where they want their bands to go, or folds if you will, but I don't do all that because I'm just more spontaneous, I guess. Lost one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm supposed to have 5? I don't know. Where I tie-dye, I know it's a mess and I don't actually bathe myself here, but it's a bathtub and that's what I got. I'm going to mix up some soda ash water to dunk the onesies in so that way the tie-dye will set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bucket here and fill it up with water. And then I'm going to take some soda ash. I use this pH increaser. It's a pool supply, pool chemical, and you can see sodium carbonate is the chemical that you're looking for if you want to use that. Some people use washing soda. It's the same stuff. So it's got a child safety feature on it. A little difficult to open, but I usually just use this much mix that in and give it a little stir. And then I'm going to take my onesies and give them all a good soaking in there. And make sure all the dry parts have been submerged. And we're going to give that a few minutes. And while that's going, we will mix up our dyes. I've got my onesies soaking in the soda ash, and I've got a few cups of water here, and we are ready to add the dye. And these water cups, they're stained because I keep reusing the same cups over and over again, but it doesn't matter. I am now going to put on, the rubber gloves. It's very important that you put on gloves of some sort so that you do not stain your hands, or worse, give yourself chemical burns or allergic reactions. So those are all real things. So I'm going to use some of these colors over here. And I've got about half a cup of water in each of these cups here. And I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of my dye, about like that. This one's going to be black. Yeah, get you over here. Give it a little stir. And sometimes it takes a while to get everything stirred in because it clumps. So just double check that. And of course I spilled over here, so I'm going to want to get a fresh cup of that. Okay, so I've got all my colors mixed up here, and I'm ready to reach into the bucket of the onesies with the soda ash, and I'm gonna wring this little guy out. And you can use that soda ash water again after you've wrung out the items that you have in there. So hang on to that if you're gonna do some more dye sessions, or if you're not, then you can just run it down the drain. But that's a fun fact for people who tie-dye all the time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this dye that I mixed up, and I'm going to pour it, on my onesie. And I'm going to get everything covered. I'm going to flip it over here. And I believe it's pretty good covered here. So these light spots you see are the rubber bands, but all of the cotton looks to be pretty dark blue. So that one is pretty much done. I'll still sprinkle some more soda ash on it because it's better to have too much than not enough. The way the soda ash works is it can only get up to a certain pH, so if you put too much on, you're just wasting money, but it won't hurt anything. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and do the other colors here, and then we'll show you what's next after that. All right, I've got everything set up here, and this is where I'm going to go in and sprinkle just a little bit more soda ash on everything. Sorry, I took the glove off of one hand. Normally I don't do that, but it's really hard to operate the camera with gloves on because it's a touch screen on my phone. So I flip it over, give it a little bit more. This soda ash is a little clumpy because I scraped it out of a bucket, but normally it's pretty powdery. All right, so I've got a green, got a blue. Very excited about these. Tilt it up here a little bit. Black. That's going to be cool. And this one is black cherry, so it's going to be like a reddish purplish, brownish, black cherry color. Give that a little flip over too. All right, so now I'm going to let these sit for 24 to 48 hours. So today is Saturday. I probably won't rinse them out until Monday. Got a lot of stuff going on, so this is one of my most difficult parts of tie-dye, just for me, is leaving it sit. And of course the time also depends on the temperature, so the 24 to 48 hours is like 70 degrees Fahrenheit room temperature, but if you have warmer temperatures, you can go quicker time. I've been known to stick mine in a microwave. Some people do what's called hot water irrigation, where they can get it done pretty quick. Then of course you have people on the other end of the spectrum who do ice dyeing, which gives the colors more time to split apart, and it takes a lot longer to batch. But today is Monday, August 10th, and I think we're ready to rinse out. All right, so I've got a glove on here. I'm going to take one of these and see if I can get it rinsed out here. And the way I rinse, I'm kind of lazy, and I also want to save some water, so I'm going to let it soak. So I dump that out, rinsing all the goo out of here. It doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, these buckets, I reuse them. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to squeeze out as much of the dye as possible. And then I'm going to give this a quick rinse. I'm not worried here about letting it run clear because there's plenty of time for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that back in the bucket. And then I'm going to get my detergent here. And this is the Dharma Professional Textile Detergent. I also have Synthropol that I use. And some people say that Blue Dawn dish detergent does a great job, which is probably easier to find. You only need a couple drops. But I don't know what's special about Dawn versus Palmolive. They're all the same to me. And I've only used that in a pinch when I couldn't find what I really like. But you do you, boo. So I'm going to fill this bucket up. I'm going to drop stuff, my extra cups into the bathtub because that's who I am. Okay, so the plan here is I'm going to let all of these soak, probably for a couple hours because I'm going to go take care of some things on my lunch break, like pick up groceries. And then I'm going to rinse these out and let them soak again a second time. And then probably the third time of rinsing those out, I will stick them in the washing machine. So stay tuned. All right, we're back and the bubbles have died down. So I'm going to rinse these out a second time. I'm being brave without the gloves because I think enough of the color has rinsed out. So I'm going to do that for all 4 of these. Check it out. Ooh, pretty. Here they are, fresh out of the dryer, looking very cute. We've got black. We've got a nosy bunny. Who wants to help? Don't eat that. Black cherry, the green, and the blue. They are so cute. I hope you like them. Don't eat that. So thank you for watching. I think these came out really good, and the kid's going to be stylish. Mama's going to be feeling loved. And if you like this video, click like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you want to see next. And by the way, my bunny's name is Punky, and I will leave you with just a video of her begging for treats at the end. And catch you next time.